Marjorie Taylor Greene is losing favor with, Republicans, ironically. And the campaign, the Biden administration, got some get back. Here it is.
Lyndon B. Johnson is very similar to Joe Biden. How are they the same? They're both Democrat socialists. Lyndon B. Johnson was the majority leader in the Senate. Does that sound familiar? He was vice president to Kennedy. Joe was vice president to Obama. He was appointed as the president after JFK was assassinated, then he was elected. His big socialist programs were the Great Society. The Great Society were big government programs to address education, medical care, urban problems, rural poverty, transportation, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, and welfare, the Office of Economic Opportunity, and big labor and labor unions. Now, LBJ had the Great Society, but Joe Biden had Build Back Better, and he still is working on it. The largest public investment in social infrastructure and environmental programs that is actually finishing what FDR started, that LBJ expanded on, and Joe Biden is attempting to complete. Socialism. Meanwhile, we are now $32 trillion in debt. With record high homelessness, 40-year record inflation, we're losing the US dollar as the #1 world currency. We're losing our freedoms. Our government is one big fat bloated machine, and it's killing the American dream.
Wow, Marjorie Taylor Greene, whoever wrote that speech for you, well, they were writing it for the White House. The White House actually decided to retweet this speech. Let's put it up. The White House Twitter account on Monday shared a speech from Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene attacking President Biden's domestic policies while at a pro-Trump conference over the weekend. It says, "Caught us. President Biden is working to make life easier for hardworking families," wrote the White House account. The account shared the clip from Brian Tyler Cohen, a popular left-leaning commentator who captioned Greene's speech. Marjorie Taylor Greene warns Joe Biden to try to finish what FDR started by trying to address problems related to rural poverty, education, and medical care. She warns it's similar to when LBJ passed Medicare and Medicaid, two of the most popular programs among all individuals in the country. By sharing Greene's rhetoric with its 8.7 million Twitter followers, the Biden-Harris White House account now offered a preview of what their 2024 re-election campaign will likely look like, highlighting controversial figures on the right like Greene. Meanwhile, per the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Brian K. Pritchard, the newly elected first vice chair of the Georgia GOP, said on his online show Friday, quote, he's through with Greene after the Congresswoman's ongoing support for the GOP establishment at the expense of her ultra-conservative allies. The conservative talk show host last month was among a group of election deniers elected to the state GOP's top leadership. Georgia state officials late last year accused Pritchard of illegally voting 9 times while serving theft and felony forgery convictions. Let's put it up. Pritchard on Friday cited Greene's expulsion from the right-wing Freedom Caucus and an incident with Representative Laurent Boebert, in which Greene reportedly called Boebert a little b for his condemnation. Okay, I'm through with her. I'm through, Pritchard said. He continued, Greene now says she likes being a free agent. Well, guess what, Marjorie? Have at it, comparing her fight with Boebert to a high school girl who went to the bathroom to smoke, end quote. Greene's comment in support of the debt limit deal, in which she said that unlike some of her ultra-conservative allies, she doesn't live in a conservative fantasy land, angered Pritchard, the AJC reports. If you're a member of Congress, voted against the debt ceiling, everything coming out of this woman's mouth is a direct shot at you're a member of Congress, he said. Pritchard speculated that Greene is moderating her stated views in order to run for the Senate in 2026. He says she turned her back on MAGA and turned her back on the people of the 14th district. I've had it, I tried, but this is it, he said. Every single thing that comes out of your mouth is an attack on my congressman. Who do you think you are? End quote. Isn't that a beautiful thing? It is a beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen. This is the great implosion of all of the insanity that they have promoted and spewed to you. They are now spewing to each other. I need you to encourage this kind of behavior. I need you to continue to support Republicans who do not support Republicans. All right, Sharon, I love it.
I do too. I rather enjoyed it. It's better than some of the soaps, particularly with the writers' strike and everything going on, Dr. Richey. I know why some on a certain end of the political spectrum lie and do the shenanigans that they do, because it's really not a fair fight. It's actually not a fair fight at this point. They have to do something devious. It's like, have you ever seen an adult who argues with a toddler? Which one in the argument lacks common sense?
That's right. That's right. They say never argue with a fool because they will always beat you with their experience.
That's right. Yes.
Okay.